Fathers podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. If you are going through the family law court process, particularly as a father, then this podcast may be relevant to what you may experience. Some things we discuss in these episodes may be triggering, and if you suffer from any form of mental health related conditions or subject to domestic or family violence and need any assistance, then please call 1-800-RESPECT and Lifeline. The views and experiences discussed by people on our show are not necessarily the views and opinions of Broken Fathers podcast or their guest speakers. We strongly advise you seek your own independent legal and professional advice, as the Broken Fathers podcast will not be liable, answerable, or accountable for any loss or damage or litigation resulting from discussions on our platform. Right, this podcast is now in session. Hold on, guys. The judge is running late to court. So whilst we wait, I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge our platinum sponsor, Straight Up Construction. At Straight Up Construction, they take pride in delivering high-end work across every trade. From new builds to renovations, no job is too big or too small. Director Luke Miller and his dedicated team tackle every project with integrity, hard work, honesty, and a commitment to delivering superior quality results every time. Straight Up Construction is built on the belief that strong foundations matter just as much in the bones of a home as they do in the heart of one. Families should stand strong, and every loving parent should maintain their right to be a part of their children's lives. Straight Up Construction believes that in true Aussie spirit, everyone deserves a fair go. That's why we're proud to have Straight Up Construction as our platinum sponsor. With their support, we continue to produce the Broken Fathers podcast and shine a light on the struggles of men who have been let down by the system. Good afternoon, listeners and viewers, and welcome to another episode of the Broken Fathers podcast. On today's episode, I'm joined with a 36-year-old broken father of 3 children from Brisbane. He works in construction. His name is Peter, and he joins me here today. Welcome, mate.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Mate, thanks for coming on. Mate, like all my guests, before we start into the court system, I'd like to get to know a little bit about my guest, where he's from, where he's born, and where he grew up.
Yeah, so we come from Liverpool in north of England. Come to Australia 2011.
Yep.
Don't really know if you know too much about Liverpool, but it's a city where you can find all sorts of things, all walks of life and stuff like that. Full of life, full of characters.
Yep.
Hard working environments. Yeah, and if you're not prepared, it's a place that can chew you up and spit you out. It can be tough, especially where I came from. I came from a council estate. I've lost count of how many mates have been down the dark and scary paths of jail and all them other things, and I don't want to go into that too much because it's not what we're here for, but just trying to build a bit of a picture of what type of life was like, being a product of my environment. Looking back, I had a fantastic childhood, but as a parent now, I'm thinking, fuck that's not right. Yeah.
What, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I've got a brother. He's 4 years older than me. I've got 2 sisters. One's 7, and the other one 7 years older, and then the oldest is 10 years older. So I'm the youngest of 4.
And what was the household like growing up? Your parents all together?
So they've got a different dad from me. I'm the youngest.
Yep.
Actually had I guess, in and around the court system from day one. Really, that's where it started for me.
Okay.
Siblings all older than me. They've got a separate dad from me. He lived overseas, and then they went through the system and stuff like that, and then they ended up, when I was 3, they ended up getting taken away from our house under the court system and stuff like that. So their dad actually won the case and whatever.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't his kid. Obviously, the court I didn't go with them, and so we had a broken household in that way. But mum was always good. Mum was always a caring person. It was just, I guess, that she was on the other foot this term, But fast forward, 16, I joined the British Army.
No, yeah.
Yeah, won't go into that too much either. But
so pause you real there quick. How old can you be to join the army?
16.
Oh,
well,
16.
You can start your paperwork in England at 15 and 9 months. Go through the process.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to get your guardian or parents' signature on the paperwork. Yeah. Your time doesn't actually start till you're 18 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
16. got away from the environment, which was a good thing. Guess I was one of the lucky ones. And joined the Irish Guards, and then I came out when I was 20. So what happened there was mum got sick. Fortunately, she died. And I buried her the same week I turned 21. So even though I was military and doing whatever, I had to grow up fast. I was, I'll be honest, I was mum's boy. By this stage, my siblings are back in my life. They came back into my life when I was 13, thereabouts, and we re-established relationships and stuff like that. But it was always there, a few troubles and whatever else. But it was just day-to-day life.
Do you feel joining the military was a forced decision, knowing that it's either I'm going to go down was there other job opportunities, or no? It was just like I'm going down the dark road. I better join the military.
I didn't really care about it, to be honest. I was just doing what I was doing and following suit with the boys. It was my brother, who was 4 years older than me. He was already in serving, and he goes, "You're a bit of a knobhead. You need to get your head together." And he recommended it, so I went ahead and done it. Yeah, it's a bit cliche in that, but it definitely changed me for the better. Yourself. You either get on with it, or you get educated.
And what's your boot camp like involved? Like obviously, when I went in, we went to Kapuga for 3 months. What's it involve over there?
So I went to a place called the Army Foundation College, which is for the future leaders.
Oh, yeah.
So it's for like boy soldiers doing your apprenticeship for 52 weeks. Well, 10 weeks leave, 42 training, and they're just putting all the stuff pretty much that like your commissioned officers and that will get into. So it's built for your future leaders, like your future NCOs, your bods and stuff like that. Yeah, and then obviously you go through and you do what you need to do.
Okay.
And then after your 52 weeks, you turn up to your phase 2, which is your trade training. Is that what you'd call it, your terminology? Yeah.
I'd say so. I mean, I think it's changed a lot from some of the guests I've had on. I think Kapuga's changed heaps. I heard they get weekends off or something, but
yeah,
that's weird.
But you see, they in the trade training, like the infantry training sense, we turn up. They fucking hate us.
Yeah.
And it was difference of day and night, like because we're treated a bit different because we're still, still 16, 17. Then you turn up and you're mixed in with men.
Yeah.
When you're 17 and you stood next to like a 22-year-old, 26-year-old, like you're still pretty much a fucking baby. Yeah. It's an eye opening. Then the discipline level as well. You are treated like the soldier you're meant to be.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I got to 20, mum sick, going through all that shit. Buried my mum the same week I turned 21. Grew up and fucking, I was just hanging around doing what I was doing. Fall back into the trap. 2009 at this stage, the global finance, all that, you couldn't get a job. Where we applied for the fire brigade, going through all the processes, and then just before the final interview, they said we're terminating all the recruitment for this stage. So I ended up working in a bar. It was a fucking great job. You know yourself how things.
What, doing security or behind the bar?
Behind the bar, pulling pints. That was great fun.
What, real quick, growing up in England, is it like the movies? Like I actually don't mind a good pommy movie. I actually like the rise of a foot soldier and all that.
Yeah.
But that environment, does that set the tone? Is that what it was like? Not so much rise of a foot soldier, but as the kids growing up on the streets, or is that all those movies?
Yeah.
Like, is that correct? Setting the tone there. It's pretty tough upbringing.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough upbringing. Like, so I've got a story for you. I got a bit of a clipping from a fella on my street for being a bit of a lad, and I went home. I said, "Mum, such and such down the road, just fucking give me a whack." And she goes, "Let me see." And I've showed her, like, down the back of my ear, and she whacked me and goes, "That bloke's a really nice man. You've obviously pissed him off." So it's a very tight community. We all look after one another, and you don't shit where you eat, and you've always got respect for your elders and stuff like that. To the point, like, even some of your neighbours or your friends, mum and dad, should be calling them auntie and uncle. You know what I mean? Everyone's an auntie and everyone's an uncle.
What about the firm? That's all a legit thing, right? That's all crazy passion.
I don't know. I didn't spend too much time on the terraces when I was a kid.
Is that how it is though? They're on the trains, on the whatever the buses, and everyone's got carrying on. And
Everyone, when you're on away days and that, people will be on the bus and it'll be like a mobile party. But whether they meet up for scraps and that, I don't know. I can't really comment on that.
Yeah, I actually respect that because I feel that my passion for the Sydney Roosters is equivalent to like a Pommy, how they support them. Because you would see rugby league passion is not the equivalent to soccer passion in England. Like when I go to a football game, I barely sit. I'm standing. Like if I'm watching that TV, I'm standing. Like I don't go to the toilet for a break. I'm glued in.
Yeah.
Some people go game, they're kicking back, they're talking about the weekend. Like I'm zoned in, and I think my passion is the equivalent to the Pommies back watching soccer. And I took my ex, my baby mama. We went to a rugby league game one time, and she couldn't get over how two supporters could sit next to each other. Because she said that in England that can't happen. They separate you.
Yeah, to be fucking people throwing darts,
yeah,
hot cups of tea, and it's but it's big sentences now for that type of behaviour. Yeah, and you don't just get banned from the stadium; you get banned from like any national stadium. So you couldn't even probably go watch your kids do a sports carnival and stuff like that because there's a big set. Yeah, so it's
they cracked down.
Yeah, they did. Well, some of the things that used to go on, from what I'm led to believe through like documentaries and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit gnarly.
I like watching those documentaries.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Yeah. Hey guys, just a quick shout out to our gold sponsors. MCH Industries are a mining maintenance specialist company supplying solutions to the coal mining industry in the Bowen Basin and regional New South Wales. They supply superintendents, supervisors, leading hands, diesel fitters, tyre fitters, auto electricians, HV electricians, and trade assistants to assist. The mining one-stop shop for mechanical trades. MCH Industries are always looking for good blokes to jump on the team, so check out their Instagram for more details. And are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? There's only one name that's been leading the way for over 123 years, Ray White. Ray White isn't just another real estate brand. It's a family business built on ambition, trust, and leadership. Today, it stands as the largest real estate group in Australasia, connecting people with homes and investments across the country. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned investor, or looking for that perfect home, Ray White is committed to delivering authentic, local expertise. Because real estate isn't just about properties, it's about people, communities, and futures. And when it comes to trusted leadership, meet Alex Illian, an ex-army veteran turned dedicated real estate agent. Alex knows what it means to serve, to strategize, and to get the job done. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just have questions, Alex is here to guide you every step of the way, servicing the Geelong, Bellarine, and Surf Coast areas. Ray White, the name you can trust in real estate. Mate, so your mum passes away, mate. How does that affect your mindset,
I was already a bit numb as it was. But this really made me grow up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was grieving. And I just started to take bigger risks. I was drinking more, partying more. And then something just switched one day. Yeah, it was weird. I can't really... I just grew up.
Had no choice.
Yeah. You're exactly right. I had no choice. Anyway, met up with a girl. So, and then that's actually me baby's mum.
Baby mama, yeah. So you met your baby mama 2009?
2009,
yep.
yeah. So she's the mother to my daughter. As we said, I've got 3 kids.
Yep.
The one in question is my daughter.
Yep.
My 2 boys.
They're with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
2009. Just lost my mum. Just lost my career. Because Med was up the wall. She was in university doing psychology. Yeah, so this is where the headbanging comes from.
Yep.
Anyway, she graduates and she was living in Ireland. Like that's where
she's from Ireland.
Yeah, she's from Ireland. So over the Irish Sea and that, like.
Is that frowned upon? Because England, Scotland, Ireland. What's to go back to Ireland? I've never been there, but what's
not for me. But her dad had a few comments to say.
True.
Yeah.
Is there hatred there?
Yeah. So they're Irish Catholics, and I'm Church of England, which is Protestants.
Yep.
There's been wars in Ireland and Northern Ireland for more than 800 years between the Catholics and the Protestants. So there's definitely a bit of rivalry there.
Yeah.
Didn't help the fact I was ex-British Army.
Yeah.
Goes over there. I remember actually on Remembrance Day, I went to the Church of England or Church of Ireland, and these two old ladies were looking at me shocked as I was driving into in Ireland, like to do the service. And there was only like two people, me being one of them, for the service. But then like we went down to the church with the Catholic church in the village, and it was fucking heaving. You'd think it was a footy game going on in there.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that just kind of shows you what type of the environment it was.
Yep.
Moved over to Ireland, sorted me out again, got me away from the old crowd. Like, still loved them to death, do anything for them, but it just wasn't good for me, or where I would have lost everything, you know, same as anyone else. Living in Ireland, and by this stage now, we're starting to look at where we want to be, what do we want to be doing, and we applied for Canada, applied for Australia. Canada just said, no, it's not today, not ever. And then Australia said, can you produce these documents and this, that, and the other? So somehow I managed to get out and about and speak to who I needed to speak to and get the documentation that I needed. And I showed them. And then they said, all right, can you now show us your bank balance? So we were like, shit, you know, what do we do? So we spoke to all people that we know. We got a borrow off them. I was chucked it into one account and then printed off a statement and produced that and handed everyone else, and then there you go. And then Australia granted us the visas, so we came over on working holiday visa.
Yep.
Came on one-way tickets. We had $1,000 between us. And I was working within like 9 days.
Good on you.
Yeah, got straight into construction and started to do the craft.
Where'd you fly to first?
I flew into Sydney.
Sydney, yeah.
Yeah, and I was typical Brit, Bondi.
Oh no, yeah, because normally you just fly to WA. Look, there's a lot of POMs in WA.
Yeah, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
As soon as you find one, it's like rats. You find one, then next thing everyone else is coming out of the woodwork. Yeah. So we're in Bondi, and I said, fuck this. I said, I didn't come halfway across the world to mix with these. Like, let's go discover Australia. So that was the plan. Here 6 weeks, find out she's pregnant. Fuck.
She working? She get work?
She just started to work. And but still, you know how it is in Australia. There's a lot more money in construction than there's anywhere else. So when she took a step back, all the pressure was on me to make sure that the money was coming in and that. We were living in Bondi, and the job site was on the M2. So I was passing through all them tolls.
Clocking up a bill.
And I said, no, we need to move away from here. So we moved to like the inner west, I guess it was, a place called West Ryde.
Yep.
Lovely area, lovely people. And it was kind of what I imagined Australia to be, within like the communities and people talking, saying hello to the neighbours and stuff, because everyone in Bondi was a backpacker just on that party thing, you know what I mean? So starting to find my feet settled and all that stuff. And then, yeah, everything was fine there at this point, absolutely fine. And then we had the baby.
2010? What year are you know?
Fuck, I have to check one of me.
No, you're right.
It was either 2010 or 2011. So yeah, it came 2010. Fuck, I'm not good.
You met in 2009. I'd say
2009.
You moved in 2010, probably.
Yeah, so it's about
maybe
2011. Yeah.
Yeah.
2011. She has the baby. I'm there for the birth. We're all good. And you know, I'm still working. And then we get our residencies and all that stuff, so it's all good. We're now allowed to stay in the country through time served and the job that I was doing and stuff. Then the companies gives me the opportunity to either say go to Byron Bay or stay working in Sydney. I said, I don't want to go to Byron Bay, it's too far. Traveling back and forth to Sydney. So then they went, right, okay. And then the work tried out, and then we got shipped down to Canberra. So that was 2014. So working in Canberra, living in Sydney.
Before we could go to Canberra, so how's things with the missus now at the time? Things all right?
It wasn't great. It wasn't great, to be honest. It was never really a serious thing anyway, as hard as that sounds. Like, it was just, we were kids. We didn't know what we wanted. All we knew is that we were traveling, and that was that. and it was more like a situationship, and we were traveling together and we were having a good time and whatever else. But we tried to make it work. We thought it was what we wanted. But obviously, as we started to grow up and mature, we realised that we aren't good for one another.
Mm.
We were all right mates, but as a relationship, it wasn't great. And I always used to ask her, what's going on with us?
Mm.
Where are we? Like, I'd like to be grounded. I'd like to know where I am and what I'm doing, you know? So I goes to Canberra. I'm working in Canberra. Every Saturday, I make the commute back up. So I've worked 55 plus hours a week.
Oh, so they're still in Sydney?
They're still in Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney,
So,
yeah, well.
yeah, we're going to uproot them and stuff. You know, she had her job and
How are you getting to Canberra?
driving
Driving.
Yeah.
How long's that drive?
3 hours. If you, yeah, about 3 hours. It depends if there's a footy game on or what you get to the M4, round Olympic Park, and that it could be a nightmare. Same as anywhere in Australia.
3 hours on the speed limit.
3 hours doing the speed limit. Not that I'd ever step outside that box anyway, you know. So yeah, 3 hours doing the speed limit. So I'd drive up, finish work at 12, I'm in the car straight away. I'm driving up, getting home, 55-hour week.
Yeah.
About 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, depending on traffic. And by that time, my daughter's already in bed. So it's just
You get a few hours on the Sunday and then
get
you
a
get
few
back.
out, and then that's it. Yeah, exactly right. Back to work, I leave, and you know, I was terrified at first. I was terrified of kangaroos. Yeah, fucking terrified. So I used to try and get down to Canberra before it got too dark,
Oh, yeah.
because I was like, I'm not crashing.
Yeah, if you hit
down.
one, you're fucked.
Exactly right. Passing Belangolo and that. I was like, no, I'm not getting stopped on the road here.
Need a bull bar.
Yeah. I only had a little Ford Focus at the time. It was all we could afford. Cracking car. But yeah, I was shattered. Just driving up and down all the time, fatigue.
And she was just stay-at-home mum at this time?
Yeah, she was staying.
Daughter was 4 maybe now? So still,
she was about 3.
3, yep.
3, 4, yeah, she was still young. She wasn't in school.
How was those 3 years? In regards to your daughter, she's fine. She's just, there's no problems there.
At first, it was all right, because we were getting put up in a house down there, and it was single bills. Come to the end of that project, the gaffer turned around to us and says, run out of work for you, you know. So through networking in Canberra, I got on the phone straight away. I'm like, how am I going to afford to keep this family? I'd been out of Sydney for so long, I didn't know anyone anymore. So I made the call to one of the guys, and he put me on the very next day. So I told her, you know, everything's sweet. Actually, my sister had just visited, and I spent 2 weeks off work traveling the East Coast with her. So all the money that we'd saved was gone. So that's why I jumped on the phone straight away and rang my mate, and he got me a start. But now there's no accommodation, so I reached out to a few people and they couldn't help me out. So I ended up living in someone's garage, you know, in a shared house. So I'm living in this garage, which was no bigger than this room. They just put up like a dry wall through it and a door. I had like a little sunlight in the roof and that. And I'm living in there, and I'm still making the commute back home on the weekend. While this is all going on, I'm paying fucking $300 a week in child support.
Oh, so you guys had split now?
Oh yeah, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm living in this garage.
Yep.
I'm working. I'm still traveling back and forth every weekend for these few hours.
Yep.
Every now and again, I'd get a Monday, or I'd leave on Friday, like, and
Trying to get a bit extra time.
get a bit of extra time. But because I'm still paying bills down there, and I'm now living in this fucking garage, and I've got 2 sets of bills, it's not really worth my time in construction wages. I'm working on a Saturday, getting me time and a half. So I'm working, relationships on its ass, and we're all tired and stuff like that. Like, what's going on? Like, we need to find some sort of stability, because this isn't durable. I remember for months just asking, what's going on? What's going on? And there was never ever an answer, never straightforward answer. When it comes to the end of the lease in this house, she goes to me, I think it's good that we move house. I said, yeah, right, yeah. But why? And she goes, oh, you're working away and stuff. It's just too much house for me to keep, and you know, you come back and you're doing all the chores, you're doing all the gardening, it's just not fair on you. And I was like, yeah, that's really nice of you to think like that. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's not a bad idea. I said, when do you want to start moving? And when she told me, I said, yeah, okay. I said, that's in the middle of the week. I'll take some time off. I'll drive up. She went, yeah, okay. So I've organised a skip bin and all that stuff because we're now downsizing. And I drove back and we started to move all the stuff into the trailer and I'm going back and forth, unloading it. So, and then I go back and I clean the house and end up just making my way over to the house. I said, I'm going to have to leave now, go back to Canberra. She goes, yeah, okay. I said, I'm going to need my keys to for when I come back. She goes, oh, yeah, about that. She goes, you're not going to live with us. I was like, what? She goes, yeah, you and I, it's not happening anymore. I said, hang on a second. You've had me up here.
They should just use you to...
Just use me, pretty much. I've just moved myself out of my own house. So I'm like, right, fucking pick my chin up off the floor. And I go down and back to Canberra. That 3-hour drive.
Longest drive of your life.
Longest drive of my life. I fucking got no one.
Mm.
Got people to work with, but they're not my mates. I'm in a different country. You know, the one person I thought had me back, whether it was good all the time or not, has now just fucking made me homeless.
Makes you feel secure.
Yeah.
It's turned like that.
Exactly right. That's where all the fun started then. So now living in this garage, paying $300 a week. Still travelling back and forth up to Sydney every weekend for time with my daughter. And I'm paying $300. Did I say that?
Yeah, it's true. It's now you're paying $300 a week.
$300 a week. Fucking lot of money.
Was that privately done, or she called child support and they calculated it?
Nah, that was privately done.
Privately, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
You know, I was stupid, but the old team was proud.
Mm.
I didn't speak to anyone about my problems. Just bottled her up and kept it to myself. And she used to threaten me as well. I'll just ring child support if you're not happy paying that. They'll charge you more. And I never bothered looking into it. I was like, fuck, here you go. Just take it. Leave me alone. By this time, my daughter started school. And she's in a Catholic school. Him on being Catholic and all. So that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, the school fees are this, and uniforms this. And there you go again. Bang, bang. I'm just paying it. I was carrying on with business. Didn't ask to see a single invoice. I remember asking one day when I was in Sydney, can I borrow a car? And I borrowed it. And in there's just like invoices and stuff for like laser and tattoo. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, must be alright. Bear in mind, while this is going on, not only am I living in the garage, when I'm picking up the phone, I'm calling my daughter, seeing how she is, checking in and all that. I'm like, what do you have for dinner and stuff? She's telling me she's having all these great meals and all that. And I'm sat there eating fucking Maggie noodles on the bones of my ass. Mm-hmm. So that was financially straining as well, as I'm sure you can imagine. Anyways, she starts getting a bit difficult and whatever else. I guess I just met the mother to me boys.
Yeah. So what year are you in now? Just to try and keep this timeline.
That's a trick question. That's a trap, then.
Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus.
I think it was like 2000. So it's 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've just been going on with this back and forth now.
How'd you guys meet?
Modern day scenario. It was through Instagram.
Yep.
We'd known of each other for a long time, and we'd talking.
Is she from Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's from Canberra. We were talking, and I used to ask her out, and she always used to say no. You know, and I was like, whatever then. And I remember I was finishing concrete, and my phone went off, and I've just picked her up and I've looked at it, and it's on my screen. I thought to myself, what the fuck does she want now? Like, and then I looked, and she asked me, do you want to catch up? And I thought, well, I'd take it up on this because I'll never get the opportunity again. You know, with no win, no loss and that. So I just said, yeah, all right. But I just caught up in my eye-vis and that sense of man fucking stinking of hard labour, you know.
Yeah.
And we had that coffee, and it just blossomed from there.
Yep.
And she educated me a hell of a lot, because she has a son from a previous thing, but she had a very, very amicable spirit. Yeah, very.
Which shows her true colours, what type of person
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah, like she had her own battles as well, but she just maintained it. But she educated me a bit on like child support and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. I started to find the courage to fucking to deal with it. Because while all that was going on, and I used to question child support and all that, I got if you don't pay it, you're not going to see it.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're not going to turn up, you won't see it again and that. And I was like, well, how about, I'm a bit tired, and like, could you ever drive to Canberra? No. If you want to see her, you come. It's like, fuck. Anyways, do the child support thing, find out how much it is, and it's not even a third of what I've been paying. So that's a bit of relief. Then I get a phone call from the school, Mr. Blah Blah. Do you know how much in debt you are with the school fees, or words to that effect? I said, what are you on about? It's been getting paid. I've been giving the mum the money, and she's been no. I said, well, what do I do? It shows the school's all in your name, so there's not much really you can do.
Snaky.
Yeah, and I didn't think anyone would
you
do
don't
that to me, and I didn't have a single invoice, a bank transaction, or
And people will be watching or listening to this going, wow, why didn't he check? Or but until you're in the driving seat, you just think the woman that you once loved or you once with was doing the right for your child.
Yeah.
You don't think that they're doing the dirty or putting it in your name, And so yeah, it's easy for people to judge. Look, oh well, he should have known better.
I should have. Looking back at it now, I definitely.
Looking back now,
yeah.
But until you're in that state of mind and you're in the driver's seat back in that moment of time,
yeah,
because I probably would have been the same. All right, I'm giving her the money. She said she's taking to school.
Yeah, growing up and that, Mum used to say, "Don't touch the fireplace; it's hot." But I never used to not go near it because she said it was hot. I didn't go near it because I listened to Mum and I thought, I'm going to find out for myself, and I touched it and it bit me. And then I never go back because it was a lesson in life.
You learn the hard way.
Exactly right. While all this was going on, though, I remember it was an Easter long weekend. I'm leaving Canberra, and Sydney were playing the Bulldogs. I was meant to be going to the game, and I was taking my daughter, and as I was driving up, my car went into lag mode, and I was just at 40 minutes outside of Canberra. I had to turn around. I made the call. I said, look, I'm not going to get there today. Like, my car's, it is what it is. Like, it's out of my control. While I'm on my way back, I'm going to make some calls and see if I can get a car from a friend and stuff like that, which fell through. It was a long weekend, everyone's away. So, bite the bullet and deal with it. And then because of that, then that's when everything started to go on and whatever else. That was the start of it. Not only that, she then found out that I'd
new partner.
That's
where it started.
Yeah. I've introduced my daughter now to my partner. It's going good. Her son, my daughter, getting on like typical brother and sister, playing 1 minute, fighting the next.
Yep.
Just being kids.
Yep.
Leave them to it. They're killing each other. No, carry on.
Yeah. And now she starts to make your life hell.
Yeah.
Well, even more.
Even more.
Boom.
Even more.
And this is a common behaviour I see with every father get on. As soon as the ex finds out you've moved on or you've got a new partner, they'll start using your child against you as a pawn and making life hell.
Yeah. There was a whole heap of gaslighting going on from her as well. Like I said, she studied psychology, and she knew I had my own demons. She knew I needed help and all that, and she used to make fun of me because I was going to therapy because I was cold. When Mum died, I didn't cry.
They're desensitised.
Yeah, I cried. I didn't cry. I went to therapy, went to all the lessons and stuff, couldn't cry. And I guess that's why I married the woman I married, because she brought these barriers down, you know what I mean, and made me feel human again. Started to notice I was doing things that I never thought I'd ever do for anyone. when the mum found out that we were getting married, it was so difficult. All these scheduled weekends.
How'd she find out? Through
Through
you told her or your daughter?
through my daughter, because we started to have like the plans, and we wanted my daughter to be a flower girl, and you know all the stuff that most people do from broken families, and they bring them together, and like, you know, they want the kids to have a huge amount of involvement in it, because it's not just about us coming together, it's about the kids coming together and all trying to move forward as one unit, right?
Yeah.
But that was it then. Because I've now gone to fortnightly weekends just because of the commute.
Yeah. So you're seeing your daughter every second weekend?
Yeah, but it was, I'd get it on the Friday now, not just on the Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good, beneficial that way.
So she's still letting you see your child up until this point?
Yeah, but it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's getting nasty. It's biting my lip.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure I'm slipping up a few times and saying a few choice words as well, like we all do.
Yeah.
It's thinking on emotions, acting on emotions, not being too fucking smart about it.
I could only assume, that when your daughter comes back to your ex is probably asking your daughter, you know, what's he up to? Are they getting married? Like, I'm sure she's sort of interrogating, and being a psych herself, I'm sure she's asking in a very particular way to get that information out.
Probably, like, he was, even on phone calls, I could hear her.
In the background whispering.
Yeah. I'm like, you know, it was like, can you go away and have a conversation with me?
I get triggered hearing this stuff.
And I've lost my tail of
thought. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so your ex finds out that you guys are going to get married?
Yeah, so we're trying to be proactive, like, right, on this date, on this date, on this date, we've got things on. Can we have my daughter on this date instead of this one? We're trying to be proactive in the approach of changing weekends.
Yep.
And it's all fine. It's all well and good until Friday comes. I'd turn up at the meet place, which was halfway. I'd be waiting 40 minutes. Knowing I've got to be somewhere. She doesn't turn up. Or it'll be an hour, 2 hours. And I just wouldn't know. I wouldn't hear anything on the phone until the following day. Oh, she's sick. Or, you know, I'm like, well, you could have told me this earlier.
Yeah.
There's no communication. And what do I do? What do I do? In the end, we decide that we're just going to get married.
Just going to move on.
We're just going to get married, and we're going to have an engagement party. And we said, let's just do it. Let's just get married, and we'll get us, what is it, a celebrant or something.
Yeah.
Get one of those fellas in, and we'll get married. We'll change. We're going to spend the same amount of money anyway. Just all we need to do is add some cars and a dress into it, and away we go. Who really cares about it? As long as we've got each other, right?
Yeah.
So we get married. I've got my daughter on this weekend. We planned ahead. Got my daughter on this weekend. We get married. I take her home on a Sunday at the car park. I'm not even home yet from Sutton Forest to Canberra, which is less than an hour and a half. And I get this text message: "You're never seeing your daughter again. You this, you that." All the things that I'm pretty sure all the listeners would have already heard or can imagine. And it's all because I've got married. I got married in the Williams.
You might get in trouble after this episode.
Got married in October. So I think it was October. It's either October or November.
Yeah.
Not really good about them dates. I got married, and I didn't see my daughter again until we went to court now.
So when did you start court, just so I can get this timeline right?
Went to court about a year later. I went 9 months without seeing my daughter because I got married.
Yeah. So you get married, she cracks the shits, stops letting you see your daughter. You don't see your daughter for 9 months, and you get to court about 12 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime of all this, there's been a few occasional visits on the daytime.
But it suits her.
Yeah. I've got to be accompanied and stuff like that. So I've got to have someone with me.
But did she choose who you had to be there with you?
No, she wasn't that bad. But I had to have someone with me. You know, I wasn't trusted in case I was to flee.
Yeah.
I had to pick her up from a police station, stuff like that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why have I got to do all this? And it wasn't until we got to court I realised why she was doing it, because there was never ever a paper trail of my character or who or alleged, agendas or topics. I'm not really too sure of the terminology, but it all came out like a die-hard script in court. Anyway, the affidavit was so uncomical.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah.
So she was setting up a paper trail before you got to court to try and show the judge that, oh, see, he's consented to have been supervised.
Yeah.
He's, so she's, and this is good for fathers listening, because when you're not in that position, when you listen or watch this podcast, you need to put yourself in that father's shoes at that point in time. Not now. You're looking at Peter's point in time. She stopped letting him see his daughter. They're not in court, but she's saying, well, you can do this if you do this. So you don't think otherwise. You're like, all right, I want to see my daughter. If that's what you want, that's fine. But really, she's setting up an ambush, which you don't realise, because how are you going to realise? You don't know how court works. You've never been in court before. But, 9 months, 12 months later, you go to court, and then she's like, oh, I'll let him see our daughter, but it was only because he accepted that he was going to be supervised. So these are these little traps that they're setting you up, but you don't realise, because you don't know how it all works later on down the track. Yeah.
Exactly right. Not only that, we'd been to Relationship Australia.
Yep. Counselling.
Yeah, and we tried to do the mediation and couldn't come to terms, and that's how we got the certificate, to go.
The I-60, 60I, whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, there was a demand that I had to do an anger management course.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
I found it quite beneficial.
What? Who ran that course? Was it Relationships Australia?
No, it was I went to a private person down in the ACT.
Was it? Did you have to pay?
Yeah, I paid.
It was a behavioural men's program course. Is that what? Because that's one I did. Some people seem to do different ones, but
yeah, no, I'm not entirely sure what the name.
Yeah, okay.
The ins and outs of it, but I found it quite beneficial. Not because I was the lunatic that she made out to be, but it was just coping mechanisms.
Yep.
She even turned around to me and goes, "You're definitely stressed, but that's understandable considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
You're not a lunatic."
Yeah. So she's still in Sydney. You're still living in ACT.
Yeah.
So where's the family court get filed? Sydney or ACT?
It got filed in Canberra.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
So who filed it? You?
I filed it.
Okay. So you're the applicant. Yep.
Yeah, I'm the applicant.
Yep.
We've done that. She's been served papers. She hasn't responded.
She'd be pissed off though, I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was fuming. I was paying top dollar for a good lawyer. And she was just replying back to emails herself, and she wouldn't even respond back half the time. She wouldn't lodge paperwork, even on the final day of lodgement for her affidavit before it went to court. It was late, and she, thankfully the court turned around to me and said, this isn't on. Like you've got to respond, and you've responded past the threshold. Like, how is this ever meant to get to his representative in time? I guess my story isn't really about me getting done over by the court. It's just bringing the attention to how some mothers can treat other fathers and what they put them through.
Absolutely.
By this time, my wife was expecting our first boy. Guess that was the cherry on the cake then. Phone calls stop, not getting any day visits, not getting anything. Guess I'm just working day and night to get this money for the court, because you got your dates ready to go, stuff like that. All the money that we've been saving for the babies now gone. So we wanted to give my wife a stress-free birthing process and stuff like that. So while I was off work, I could have some time off work and spend it at home and be a new father again, and assist her as much as I can, and just be the best father I could be, like I've always wanted to be. The money's gone thin. I've burnt it up in court. Well, burnt it up just in lawyer fees. Not even gone to court yet. Finally get ahead a little, and I break my hand in work. I'm doing carpentry at this stage. I break my thumb, ligaments, tendons, and a full tear to me
Can't work for 6 weeks or something.
I wish it was 6 weeks. It happened in the October, and I didn't get back to work until the March.
Whoa.
Yeah,
6 months.
6 for a hand injury. In this time, I've not got my daughter. I've got a new baby.
Can't work. You got a fuck tan.
Can't work. Can't help my wife. Like, I couldn't even change an nappy.
Was your wife working? Or was she pregnant? Sorry, but what was her occupation before she got pregnant?
She worked for a federal medical space, in a federal medical space within the ACT. Yeah, working with doctors and
Yep.
yeah, like doctors' councils and stuff like that. Like she hasn't got a medical background, but she used to prepare paperwork for the federal court, was the hearings and stuff like that about policies, procedures, all that kind of jazz. Yeah, so I've hurt my hand and it's in work, and then I've said, they've said to me, you can't go running anymore because if you fall on your hand and that, you're gonna wreck it. So I'm like, fuck, can't exercise, can't do anything, can't see my daughter. I'm just existing right now. And that's it then. That's when all the headbanging starts. Too much time on my hands, too much thought processes. And I just start to fucking hate myself and start thinking all the badness about myself, thinking back to all my childhood, me missing my brother, sisters, me mum, everything, all the stuff I've worked on.
I'll pause you here. Have you ever, you don't have to answer it, have you ever struggled or have you ever had addiction with anything in the past?
No.
Because what I was going to say is, if, for those who did, including myself, people can say addict, ex-addict, addicted personality. I swear by, like in this situation that you present yourself with now, when you're going through tough times and you're bored, those two things, for example, so you're going through a tough time and now you can't work, so now you're bored, right? Those two things is a recipe for disaster. If I can keep myself busy mentally and physically, okay, but I'm going through tough times, good, that's okay, I'll get through it. But if I'm going through tough times and I can't keep myself busy mentally and physically, for example, I've injured myself, you're going to go down a dark road.
Yeah. In the background of this as well, I was always on the boxing scene, always keeping myself active in the gym.
Good for the mental state.
3-4 times a week. I'd even just got into the coaching side of it as well. Fucking hand injury as well, innit? Yeah. I can't even go to
Can't hold pads.
Can't go to the gym, and I've just got all this time on my hands. Further along the line, I'll tell you a few other things, but that coexist with this. Well, I'll tell you now, it was, I found out at a later age, I had, like many other people, I've got ADHD, so I guess I do have a bit of an addictive personality, except back then I didn't realise it because I was so active, so busy, and just burning all that excess energy. And I'm going insane, sitting at home, I can't do anything. I go down a rabbit hole. I start to plan things. I'm not just having ideas, but I've started to plan things. Just don't want to be here anymore, And I guess selfishly I tried to take my own life, which I was found in the garage. Fucking stupid ass here. Climbed up on an empty wheelie bin and it's gone from underneath me. And the fall fucking shook me out of it, Yeah. I was found in the garage anyway, in hysterics, and the in-laws grabbed me and took me to the doctors and got me medicated and all that because I just weren't coping and I couldn't do anything, and fucking it's just a disaster. In the end, I realised the meds, they were only
numbing you,
only numbing me.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, I'm fucking hurting inside and still, once again, I'm not talking. So I've gone, no, fuck these tablets, I'm not doing them anymore, and I abruptly stopped them, which is the wrong thing to do.
Which ones were you taking, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't even remember. I've tried that many of them, all all over these years and that I've just...
Yeah, I used to be on Lexapro. I don't know if you've heard of that one. They normally get that one, but veterans of PTSD, they sort of specialise in giving them one, but yeah, there's so many out there.
Yeah. No, I've stupidly tried stopping taking them anyway. And that's it then. You fucking reignited, relit the fuse, you know?
One thing I learned is you got to taper off. That's what I did with Lexapro. I just said, oh, I'm okay now, and just stopped. The worst thing you can do, you got to... You got to really taper them down.
Yeah, and if anyone else takes tablets, then I definitely recommend seeking medical advice if you do want to stop.
Yeah.
Because it fucking messes you, as I found out again. I've gone for it this time. It's planned properly. You know, I failed the first plan. I'm going again, and I'm only here today because my wife fucking picked me up off the road. Got me down that way. I do get medical help this time, and I get a few. I came across a doctor that actually give a shit, and she put me in touch with a few other organisations like Open Arms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I heard you mention them, but it was hard. Like, even though it's Commonwealth or former Commonwealth and Allied forces and stuff like that,
it's hard to get accepted.
They wouldn't accept me. They just would not accept me for being a
veteran for them.
And I just couldn't believe it, because reciprocal healthcare is reciprocal healthcare. Anyways, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah. Is there any services in the UK for, like, we have DVA? Do you guys have any of that over there? Veteran Affairs or something?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's all different things.
Do they have a good name or bad name? Yeah, because DVA used to have a real bad name.
Yeah.
But even when I was in, it was only until, I can say for me, 2018, they started,
Depends on the person whose ears you fall upon, I guess. If they have passion, they've got passion. If they just
don't care,
safe and flick, you know what I mean? Like, it's a government department, isn't it?
Yeah,
you don't know. You don't know. Anyways, I got some help, get some sessions, get talking, all that stuff, and then I'll start moving in the right direction. Hands back good. I've re-educated, and now I'm doing the job that I now do day to day within construction anyway. Finally got some traction, right? Should say. I've gone to court. Judge has said reinstate case straight away and make time up. I've never had that time back.
Well,
then COVID comes.
That's right.
Fucking borders are closed.
COVID.
Yeah, the borders get closed. All starts again, brother. Yeah. All starts again.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about this. Fathers on, they speak about COVID, and obviously, well, for me, I didn't go through court till post-COVID, so again, perfect example. She's in Sydney, going Canberra, COVID, borders shut.
Yeah.
Makes everything so much harder.
Even in
impossible.
Even in the ACT, we didn't really have much of a lockdown, but the border was still closed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there was a bit of a loophole, I believe, and we could see it because of family purposes and all that stuff. So much time spent away from my daughter. The little girl that was visiting me, she's not my daughter. Even though she's my daughter, the bond's not there anymore. She's definitely a mother's child. Starts coming out with questions like, have I ever been arrested? And talking about, my choice of motorbike and stuff like that, and all this
parent alienation.
Yeah, trying to say I'm a bad person because of the company I keep and stuff like that, when I don't keep company of anyone.
Just how old is she now at this point?
She'd be about 5.
Okay.
5, yeah. Maybe even older. But the seed's already been planted. And then there's a breakdown in the relationship. Sorry, there's a breakdown in the meeting, in the care again, early, while all the courts is the paperwork still getting finalised and stuff like that. I'm back receiving text messages of nasty things and stuff like that, because I was always open and honest, and I'd tell her, like, look, if you don't mind, can we deal with this in a more of a civil manner, because I'm going through this and this.
Yep.
I really want to make these changes so I can be a better person. Oh yeah, fine. Until she got to be in a bonnet, and then she start picking, targeting, gaslighting, and she knows exactly what to say and what not to say, because of she knows my past, she knows my history, and my heart's on the sleeve. I'm telling her exactly how it is. I get to go see her, but I've got to pick her up from a house. Once again, accompanied. And I get there, and I've collected her. I'm getting fed up at this stage. I'm broke.
Mm.
I'm not only broken in my mind. I'm broken in the bank.
Physically, mentally, financially, emotionally.
I just wanna have my marriage. I wanna have this newborn child
Move on with life.
with my new wife and enjoy this family that I thought I was gonna have with the addition of my stepson and my daughter coexisting. And I've said to her at the house, "Can we not just move this on? Like, it's enough's enough. We don't need to be fighting. Let's just do what we need to do." She's pre-partnered at this stage. She's gone, "Yeah, I guess so, yeah." And I was like, "Because, let's face it, I've got just as much rights as you." She goes, "What's that mean?" And I was like, "Well, hypothetically, if I was to take my daughter back to Canberra and across the border, there's nothing really you can do because it's I've got just as much rights as you. There's no paperwork.
There's no orders in place.
Yeah." And she goes, "You wouldn't do that." I was like, I know I wouldn't do that. But if I did, it wouldn't be nice for you, would it? Anyway, we've got in the car, and I've gone, like, "Well, what time do you want her back?" She said whatever time it was. It was a really hot day. And we've gone to the shopping centre and stuff like that because I've got it for a few hours. I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
There's no appropriate movies in the cinema for us to go watch. And in this stage, I've got a text message. "You better bring my daughter back. The police have been involved." I said, "What do you mean?" "You're threatening to take her back to Canberra." I was, "What? Are you kidding?" So I've taken her back. When I get back to the house, there's 2 police officers in New South Wales. They said, "Can we talk to her?" I said, "1 second. I'll take my daughter. Make sure she gets to the front properly." So what's going on? She was just she's made an allegation that you were threatened and this, that, and the other. I just couldn't believe it. I was a bit of a smart ass back though, and I said, "Is this going anywhere or what?" And they said no. I said, "Well, I'm not answering your questions. If you want me to answer any questions, then we'll go through the process. But either way, I've got to get back to Canberra, so if you don't mind, please excuse me." So that was the end of that small chapter. We've gone back to Canberra, business again, just getting on with the days, working, trying to save money, wanting my daughter, wanting my family. And we finally go to court. The affidavits are read, the Die Hard script was read. And thankfully, the judge sees this day in, day out. And he just seen what it was. He goes, "I'm reinstating care straight away." Once again, makeup time. But I never see that makeup time.
So the judge awards you makeup time, but your ex refuses to give you the makeup time.
I've still never had a... How he meant to fit it all in, you know what I mean? Which is understandable, but makeup time is makeup time.
Yeah, so, did you at least get 1 hour of makeup time?
No. It's always been to how it is in the orders. So we've got this interim orders in place. I get to see on this, and this. And out of nowhere, I remember just being in my kitchen. I just picked up the phone out of frustration. And I just laid all my cards out on the table. And says, "This is what's being put to you. What is it that you don't agree with?" I said, "I will go back to my lawyer right now and say what it is that you approve and what you don't approve. I just want my fucking daughter." So she's told me. And I've gone to the lawyer and said, this is their terms. I'm going to take it. Because I just need my daughter.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
So once again, I've put my hand in my pocket. She can't eat. All this stage, like she's not she's not going to a lot. She hasn't seen any legal advice at all because she's one of those people. Oh, she's got a degree. She's better than everyone. And da 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 da. You know, and she's just a fucking. She was playing head games the whole time. She knew what she was doing. She knew that she was burning me out. Finally get the papers signed with her terms in it, how it is, and it goes to the court, gets stamped, and then all that cares is reinstated, and that's that. And then we're trying to operate to the orders as much as I can, and then she's still breaking them. Oh, she's sick this weekend, or we can't commit to do this because she's got cheerleading or she's got soccer. And I was like, hang on a second, like, how are you putting, fair enough, I want my daughter to be active and have a sport and a hobby, I'll live her life as much as she can, but how can you put that in higher up than her relationship with her dad? And then she starts going on before she doesn't even call you dad anyway, and she calls the new partner dad. She's just baiting once again. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a reaction out of me. Thankfully, I'm not biting to it because I just know this angle completely. Yeah. So I get my daughter every 2 weeks. School have 50% of the school holidays. You know, it's not perfect, but it's.
Did you? Because my opinion is, you know, when I had a court order in place, I thought this court order was this hard paperwork. This is it, legal document. You will abide. And she breached, and when she breached it for the first time, I run the law. I said, "Perfect, cop's going to kick her door."
Exactly.
And they said, "Sorry, mate, you might want to sit down." I'm like, sit down for what? Doesn't work like that. I was like, sorry, I don't understand. We went to all this effort to get this court order in place. She's breached it. What now? Maybe I have to file. I said, what the fuck is a contravention?
Yeah.
Contravention. They're probably backlogging you about us. Well, I was lucky that we had a court date coming up in a couple of weeks, and my lawyer said, "Just we won't file it. We'll get the judge to we'll submit affidavit and get the judge to deal that day." And I remember that judge that day goes, "Thank you for not filing contravention that, because I would have had a headache dealing with that. I'll just deal with it now," which he did, and he did rip in that, but again, verbal ripping.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool for anyone. It's not worth the paper it's written on.
No, same as you. I got the stamp on, and I thought, this is right.
Yeah.
They got the holy grail. Let's just get on with our life now. Fucking perfect. No, yeah, like you said, it's not worth the paper it's written on.
No, it's not.
Just guidelines.
Yeah.
Guidelines are there to be broken.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, no repercussion for anything.
The best saying for a phrase my lawyer said was, "It's like getting hit in the face with a wet lettuce leaf." And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
The judge verbally grilled her, but she just kept preaching it.
Yeah, definitely right. And there's something quite similar to yourself. You know, as we weren't born here, you're not, you know, visas and all that stuff. We had to come to the stage of applying for citizenship. By this stage, I'm already a resident, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my citizenship.
Because you've been a permanent resident 5 years now.
Yeah, I've been here for a long time. Because my daughter was born during this period that we were on a working holiday visa. There was some BS there about her not actually being near nationalised or something.
Yep.
So we're putting the application in, and I'm ringing her for all the dates and details and all that stuff. And she's working with me to get it together. And then I was like, right, on this is the question now. Is the child on another applicant, on another application or whatever? And I said, or there's a place for me to put it on the application. And I said, is she on yours, or shall I chuck her on mine? And then that way she gets a passport. And she goes, no.
She goes,
she's already on mine. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I lodged mine, and I got my citizenship. I still to this day don't know whether she's got an Australian passport or not. She went to...
Well, to get an Australian passport, you need both parents signed off.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what I learned from in the UK is she went and got a UK passport, And in the UK, which I was shocked because I thought, well, Commonwealth, you only one parent signed off.
Yeah.
And because I emailed Her Majesty's office, I think is what it was called back in the UK. Her Majesty's
Passport office, yeah.
I demanded to see the application that I had because I thought she'd forged my signature. I said, can you send me the application that I've allegedly signed off on? Because in the state of mind, I thought they needed 2 signatures, and they sent it back. They sent it back retracted, so half was blacked out. I said, show me where my signature is on there. And they said, your signature is on there. I said, well, how did my daughter get a passport? Like, she's the mother. They explained to me we don't need two parents signed off. And I was just like, wow. So yeah, I learned that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird system there.
Has she got her an Irish part? Oh wait, because back then
she's got a British passport.
Yeah. So I reckon that's what's happened.
Yeah, so her mother's actually got an Irish passport and a British passport.
Yep.
During the time, I said when my daughter was born, and I said I wanted to have a British passport. It's a bit stronger in the world and that, Yeah. So she got a British passport, but now, like I said, I'm going through this process of getting my citizenship. I said, do you want to get on this? Can I put my daughter on this, or is she on your application? She goes, oh, she's on mine. Still to this day, once again, I don't know if she's got an Australian passport or not. She's been overseas numerous times. She's been taken out of the country. I wasn't even told. Yeah, and I found out. She goes, I found out that she went to France, and with my ex's brother. Now I know her brother. Her brother's a good bloke. He used to say to me, "You're too good for her. You should get away from her," and all that kind of stuff, right? And I was like, "Oh, you're just talking it up," But he was fucking wish I took advice now. Well, yeah, I said to him, I found out, and I was like, there would never have been an issue if I was to be told that. I never tried to stop it. You don't understand that if you told me, it's the respect would have been respecting me as a parent would have been outstanding. The fact that you've tried to lie about it and stuff like that is what really annoys me. There was just so many occasions that she's been taken out of the country, and I found out later when in the paperwork, once again, it's all written in there to say that, I've got it out because there is that possibility of it being taken to a different country and stuff. I'm meant to keep the passport. I'm meant to be told within X amount of months that before the flight's happening. I'm meant to have a full day-to-day itinerary. I'm meant to have phone access to a landline phone. Just nothing. He just has no respect for the papers.
No, that's right.
Not only that, she because of where she works, she rubs shoulders with.
So where was she working at this point in time?
She was part of the prison service, and then she went into a probation area within the New South Wales government, doing psychology and stuff like that. So she's mixing in with all these people who know legal terminologies, and she thinks she knows her shit. She doesn't know fuck all, but it's working.
I know 2 fathers in this gone through this, and both their exes were sogs in the prisons.
Yeah. The headbangers, mate, they've got to have their own issues to be dealing with others.
Yeah.
But yeah, she knew that she was breaking me down and turning me into the person that I guess now I'm. I've gone through the pain and the stresses and the worries about finances, me daughter, trying to make everyone else happy. All this time is going on. I'm just thinking, I just want to be able to help me partner and my wife. I've got this gammy hand. I can't help with the baby. And then am I putting too much time into this? How can I honestly put so much effort into this child? And I've got a daughter who needs me as well. And I start having my own like arguments with myself, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going insane here.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I was told it's perfectly normal to have all these things and that, but once again, I'm being honest to everyone. I'm telling everyone where I'm up to and stuff like that. So hopefully they believe in me and they see the progress, and words just get used against me.
Yeah.
All this time, once again, I was just trying to reassure her that my daughter's going to be safe with me and stuff like that. I moved up to Queensland anyway in 2022.
With your wife and your
Yeah,
young one
I've now got
Next
kids at this stage.
born, like the second one's born.
Yeah,
Yep.
both going good. We get up here and we cross.
What was the reason for moving?
It's
Just fresh start.
Just fresh start. Something
Yeah.
that we always wanted, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Sunny.
Yeah, but once again, yeah,
Made it worse.
yeah, I've crossed borders now. I've changed the dress. Pretty much the orders now need to be
Changed again.
amended.
Mm.
We didn't bother. We just kind of winged it this time. This stage now.
Because bear in mind, how many years has it been in court now, back and forth?
The whole process from day one to the last day with everything from stopping me seeing my daughter up until the final paperwork was about 2 years.
Yeah.
I went about 9 months, longest stint without seeing my daughter. Because in them 9 months I probably spoke to her about 3 times. 5-minute phone call or something with the mother in her ear whispering.
Yeah, controlling.
Yeah. We get up here. We don't bother so we're now in Queensland. We get up here. We don't bother changing any paperwork and stuff. 1, I can't afford it. And 2, I don't have the mental capacity for it. Thankfully, the ex has now, like I said, she's now got a partner and stuff like that. He's on the scene. He must have her on a bit of, she's got a few manners on her now. She actually listens to what I've got to say, and we just arrange, right, it's 50% school holidays now, and whenever I'm in New South Wales traveling for work, and Nana can come down, take her out for dinners and stuff like that, which is how it's kind of carried on to this day. But once again, the relationship isn't there. It's too hard. Like she's a mother. She's being influenced. She's had a mum in the ear. She's always asking questions, and the questions that she's asking is just not relevant. She's even told my daughter that my 2 sons aren't her brothers. Where's the sense in that?
Just the brainwashing.
Yeah, brainwashing. There. She come down at Christmas to see her. Well, she came down to Canberra because it was our weekend in Canberra. It was our Christmas in Canberra with the in-laws and stuff like that. That was hard. She didn't want to be there. I ended up having to take her home, to be honest.
So, you guys live in Queensland now, but you went back to Canberra because the in-laws are down there?
In-laws are down there.
Yeah.
And every other year, they have like a big family thing. And then the following year, you go off and do your own little thing.
Yeah.
They alternate this. So last Christmas was the year that
So the Christmas that just passed, you've gone down there. She's come down. How old's your daughter?
She's now 13.
13.
She's 13, full of attitude.
Teenager.
Yeah. You take her with a pinch of salt.
And how long was she supposed to be down there for?
She's meant to have been down there for about 3 weeks.
How long did it last?
It's about 7 days. Yeah.
Well, some of the things going on.
She was telling people, my real family, you never replace my mother. Shooing off the boys. Like, you have brothers, I don't need to spend time with them. Just mean things.
Must be gut-wrenching for you.
It was because I'd been really, really looking forward to being with her. And, after all the Christmases that we'd had, of just like having such bad news, well, bad atmosphere on the horizon and stuff like that, just all that negative energy surrounding us. This year was one of the good ones where, you know, we could honestly say we're going to have a good time. And we've gone down to have this good time. And then she's just being brainwashed, filled with toxic questions and attitude and stuff like that. And you can see it a mile away where it's coming from.
Of course.
You know yourself, you can fucking...
And I have to prepare myself for this because I hear a lot of fathers. I'd say maybe 8 out of 10 fathers will say your daughter will grow up and she'll see it for what it is one day. But I have 2 out of 10 that will say they got brainwashed too much and they haven't been able to reverse it. You know?
Yeah.
And I have had people in your situation now, time frame, because everyone's in different chapters of life, where they say their children were at this stage that your daughter's at now, and they think, shit, like it's too far gone. But then when they get 18 and older, and you know they see the world for what it is, they ask questions, they look back, well, that didn't make sense, and then they come around and they see the father. But you had a father the other day say that the child came back in their life when they're 18, and that's great, but that doesn't change the fact that those 16, 15 years of birthdays, Christmases, walking, that's time they can't get back. That's memories gone. You can't buy that. Doesn't matter how much you could be being there. You can't buy those years back. So sorry, mate.
It's all good. It's refreshing to hear. Just to hear, hopefully there is sunshine on the horizon.
Yeah.
I guess the thing for me is she's a very good soccer player, and I would have liked to be in there for a few games and stuff like that, and just wanted to be a proud dad. And it's just so difficult to maintain this relationship. She's got a mobile phone, and like most kids, she won't pick up the phone to me. I ring her all the time. She doesn't want to speak to me. I have to ring her mother's phone 3-4 times, like not back to back, but across 4 days or so, and then eventually she'll answer, and I'll get her to ring you tonight. Tonight never comes. Tomorrow never comes. Even though we've got this magical book that changes the world of being a parent, being a father, or being, just, it doesn't change. There's no encouragement for her to rebuild that relationship with me. I may as well be non-existent, to be honest. And that's the truth of it. So will it ever come good? I don't know. Don't want it to, definitely. I just want her to be with her brothers. My sons be with her, and just have that happy family, I guess. Something that I never had as a child. And I think that's why it hurts so much. Because of the childhood I did have.
You didn't want her to have that.
I didn't want her to have that. I never ever wanted it. Even if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have wanted it. But I've got it. I'd do anything for anyone. If my ex came around to me and goes, I'm struggling or whatever, I'd probably still to this day do as much as I can because she's the parent. She's the mother to my daughter. If she's struggling, that means my daughter's struggling. And there was actually a bit of an episode there where my daughter told me there was a few things going on in the house. She was very tired, and I said, "What's wrong with you?" She goes, "Oh, I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep last night." I said, "What do you mean? Why didn't you get much sleep?" She goes, "Mummy was in my bed." I said, Why is she in your bed?" She goes, "Oh, because those two, like as in her mother and the mother's partner, had been arguing and fighting apparently." And I was like, "Oh." But my hands were tied at this stage. I couldn't do anything. As much as I wanted to protect my daughter, I couldn't do anything because of this bad person I was made out to be to the cult. There was also times when she's telling me, "Oh, we've been staying in a hotel." I said, "Oh, you're on holiday?" She goes, "No, the hotel's just around the corner from school." I said, "Oh, what are you doing there?" She goes, "Oh, such and such has been drinking energy drinks again." I was like, "Oh, okay." Whatever that meant to me. But my hands are tied. Because again, I can't protect my daughter because one, it's not my weekend, and two,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be this monster that I've been painted out to be.
Yeah, and you feel so powerless, you know.
Powerless.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I'm a provider. I'm a protector. If you're in my circle, I'll travel through thick and thin with you. But you know, what do you do? What can you do?
Yeah, I feel for you. Yeah, the gentleman had on last week, episode 15, the worst one I've had, and he gives an example of how powerless he felt because, yeah, I can't. It will come out, but 6 cops had to hold him down, because his kids were being put back into a dangerous environment, and there's nothing he could do about it.
Yeah.
With these so-called court orders.
Yeah. But here's something that really, really disgusts me anyway, right? Is we went to an NRL game. It was one of the boys' books. So we've gone up there, we've dressed him up in footy gear, like full kit, pit and fucking headgear and everything.
For the record, Peter's a dirty South supporter.
It was actually
What game is it? What game was it?
It was Penrith and the Eels.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's actually, I think he was dressed up in an Eels kit and he's a Penrith supporter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we put headgear on him and all that stuff and made him look like the right dickhead. But at the end of the game, he's decided he's going to jump on the pitch. So he's absolutely swatted. I'm sober. I haven't drank since I was 23, so about 13 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good work. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been hard, like, you know. But you know, you got to recognize demons.
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt there was some days you probably wanted to have a drink.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But yeah, I've gone to the game and he's fucking jumped on the pitch, and then that's it. There's cops all over him. Like, you're not going anywhere, and but we'll release you into someone's care. And they were all like, "Oh, Pete's sober. He can take him. He can take him." So they've called me over. I've gone over, and they went, "What's your name?" So I told them my name. I've ran my name to make sure I'm of good standing before they release him to me. They go, "Are you piece of blah blah?" And you've been involved in domestic violence. I was like, "What?" Then yeah, you got a date here, blah blah blah, for domestic violence. And I was like, I didn't get charged or anything. I didn't get taken for questioning. But because she's called up and said being like this and that,
It's noted, yeah.
it was noted.
This is in Queensland?
No, this was so this all happened in New South Wales. So that goes back to
sorry.
when I went and picked her up that time that I previously mentioned. I was met by the police. That was documented, obviously, because the cops have got a job to do, which is what it is. But now I've got this domestic violence thing sat over me.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, how would I even get that overturned?
Yeah.
You know, I look like I'm some sort of low life who bashes women or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm guilt when I got every state's different, IVO, AVO, I got a TPO put on me. But I'm guilty of it. When back in the day, if someone said, "Oh, guys, got a DV on them," I would think, boom, bash it straight away. But now when I hear it, I sit back and I just think there's always two sides to the story, and I ain't judging no one.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of cops reach out to me saying, "Watch your podcast," and they're like, "We are sick of this DV bullshit. We're sick of dealing with it." I've had this one cop reach out to me, and a female, and she says, we have females come, and I'm not trying to do a gender vibe, but she goes, she has females come trying to, she can see it for what it is, trying to put a DV on someone, there's no evidence, and she actually turns them back. No, not today. And then she's saying she's getting pressure from her boss saying, "No, you should have put one on." And she's like, "But why? There's no evidence there." "Oh, we need to meet our quota." And so you can see, I've got a cop that's actually going to resign because of it. He reached out to me and wants to join emergency response. He goes, "Man, I'm so sick of this fucking DV bullshit. We're destroying people's lives." And yes, there's some real DV out there, but the cases that are getting presented to them, they know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But here they are. They're gonna ride up to this person's house and destroy their life. Where do they work? Do they have a weapon? Their license is going to get taken. They have to tell work. They're just going to flip someone's life upside down based on some hearsay stuff to no evidence, and they're just sick of it. Yeah. They're absolutely fucking sick of it.
It's definitely the elephant in the room that needs to be addressed.
It does.
It's just another element, isn't it, of a family that gets ripped upside down just because it's an easy excuse.
Because were you ever served? Because you're never served with depending on DVO, TPO, you're
No.
never served. So really,
So it was literally the coppers talking to me on the driveway,
yeah,
and then I've gone, right, I'm going back to Canberra.
yeah,
And that's it.
yeah, exactly. So really, that I think they have what's called there's a difference between a diary entry. Like I pulled over Pete on this date and did a breathalyzer. It's just your diary, your daily entry. Like, great, cool. That's separate to, or were you actually served for DVO, or were you actually charged with a thing?
Yeah,
That entry should just be entry log. Great.
yeah.
Leave it in the entry log. Leave it in the daily entry log.
But when he had his BlackBerry or whatever, his iPhone or whatever it was, and he's scrolling my name
Yeah,
before he releases my drunken friend into my custody to take straight back to the hotel room, not allowed licensed premises for 24 hours.
yeah.
He goes, oh, you blah blah with domestic violence. I'm like, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell. It's just never gonna the whole thing with this woman is just in my life. Doesn't matter what it is that I'm doing, just keeps coming back to reoccurring.
Yep. Yeah, it's a revolving door that takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Taxes you.
I definitely haven't got one of the worst cases from listening to some of the podcasts and stuff like that. I can hear it, and to be honest, I felt kind of fraudulent coming on and stuff.
No, all stories count.
Yeah,
They've got to hit it from all different angles.
yeah. So yeah, I haven't been done by the court, but this is, I guess, it's just an eye opener to other men out there to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a few of the trip hazards that I've had, like you said, I was never prepared to go to court or be financially stable in case X, Y, and Z was ever to creep up. I trusted this woman. I was just giving her money. I thought I was doing the honourable thing as a father. I didn't have my father there growing up. I didn't have, and I always wanted to be something that wasn't there for me. I wanted to be the person that I wish was there for me as a child, and it's fucking set me up.
Yeah.
So just always be careful.
How's your wife? How has it taken a toll on your wife now? Because I've had a few wives in, and they've given their verdict on it all, and they've got emotional because it does. I have no doubt it's affected your wife. It's taken a toll. I talk about the domino effect it has on people. You're still dealing with this old chapter in life.
Yeah. So every action has a reaction, as we know. Between me not being the person I was when I first met her, when we first got married, my mental health deteriorating to this point that I had an episode this time last year. I think the last 4 months has been the first time in a long time that I've been me.
Yeah.
I'm back in the gym. I'm back being social. I've got a job that I'm, work's work. You're never gonna be really happy, because it takes time away from the things that you really want to be doing away.
Yeah.
But I'm happy in this job. I've got a good life balance. Like I said, I'm back in the gym. The wife and I was living in a different house for a long time. It was pretty much over. I broke her, you know what I mean? My problems and my lack of wanting to be around, not just people, but to have existence, should I say? Yeah, it broke her. Can't find the words to describe it, but I've got to be honest to myself. I was suicidal, mate.
Shook her.
It fucking broke her because it wasn't just.
She would have thought, "How dare you leave me?" type thing.
Yeah, it's been a big thing in my life. It's not just, I didn't just try twice in the ACT. There was other times in the ACT as well, which I'm not really gonna touch on.
You're right.
But I was saved another time because my phone was pinged by the cops.
Yeah.
That's the only way it could have happened, because no one knew where I was. And then I ended up in the hospital, this time last year because I just fucking can't take it. And then thankfully I came across a doctor that actually another doctor that listened, because after I left the ACT, I lost touch with that doctor. And then after 12 months of me not being able seeing that doctor in person, you can't continue. So I found someone up here anyway, but it wasn't until it was too late. It's not, you can reach out all you want. There's such a backlog for mental health. It wasn't until I'd already reached rock bottom, someone goes, "You gotta help this guy." But I'm thankful. I'm positive. I do aim to come off the tablets one day.
Good on you.
I'm never
Do it the right way.
Yeah,
Take your time.
I'll do it the right way.
Take your time
As long
when
as
you're
I-
ready.
As long as I keep staying active, have that little bit of time for myself. That self-love. You gotta love yourself before you can love anyone else. And it's,
To fill your own cup up.
yeah, exactly right. It was hard, and then I thought, here we go again. Am I gonna lose my 2 boys now? So you learn from your own mistakes, pick yourself off, dust yourself down, and crack on.
Yeah, life's a roller coaster, right? Has its ups and downs and has its plateaus, and I suppose you just got to enjoy the ups and survive the downs. And
Yeah,
I think we all have hurdles. In my opinion, I think we all face suicidal thoughts at one point in our life as a human. Maybe not. You might get the odd one, but I think most people will face depression and suicidal thoughts at some point. We all face hurdles. Some hurdles will be harder than others, But I think as humans, we all just some might not speak about it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I mean, the stats or the evidence. I'm sure even the most successful rich people in the world would face, dark times in their life. So it's just life.
everyone's gonna experience some form of depression in their life at one stage or another. It's just, if life was a train journey,
This.
people get on the train and get off the train at different times, and with different people coming into your life and different people leaving your life, different obstacles arise.
Yeah, sometimes people come in your life for reasons, not necessarily a good thing.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I guess it's through my life lessons now that makes me want to be the best dad I can be now. Obviously, I still want to try with my daughter, and one day she'll come around and I'll be there with open arms for her. But until then, I've just got to let her do what she's doing. She's 13. The more I hassle her now, the more she's gonna rebel against me, or she's rebelling against the mother, and even the mother's turning around to me now and says, "I shouldn't listen to you."
True.
Yeah, I should have listened to her. She's hard work. Because this is only a snippet in it.
Yeah, I know we can't fit it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's things there that I'd like to say, but I'm not going to say. Like, it's out of respect.
Yeah, of course.
It's just, if anything, I just want, I want other fathers to, that we all go through these things, and if you're struggling, to definitely reach out and stuff, because there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. It's just, you've got to reach rock bottom first.
Yeah, what did Mike Tyson say? He says, you got to hit rock bottom before you go up. I'm going to ruin the same, but he says something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. To move up in the world, you got to hit rock bottom first.
Yeah.
So you got to suffer to grow. I'm not saying you should intentionally suffer, but, when you suffer, you're going to grow from it.
Exactly.
Mate, have we missed anything before I come to my conclusion question? Stuff that you might want to touch. You don't have to, but stuff that we've missed.
No, I'd say that's kind of like the highlight reel.
Yeah.
That's the short of the long, mate.
How old are you boys now?
5 and 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
How are they? Keeping you busy?
Fuck, they're arseholes.
Yeah.
They're boys, mate. They're boys.
They play soccer or footy? Or rugby league? We say soccer here. What do you call it? Football in England?
Yeah. It changes.
Just let them do what they want?
Yeah, it changes. They want to play, because I've started playing soccer again.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You call it soccer though?
I don't want to.
It's easy for us to
yeah,
understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I've been telling everyone I'm playing footy, and they're
Yeah.
like, and then they
So
say,
what
are you
team you
doing?"
go for? Yeah.
Yeah, so they change all the time, but you know, they one thing that they definitely are passionate about, similar to myself, is motorbikes and having fun, and they're always telling me how they're gonna ride bikes and stuff like that. They've
You,
already claimed my bike. My oldest has already claimed my bike for
so
when I'm dead. Like, yeah, cheers, mate.
you don't like dirt bikes, do you? I
No,
hate
no, no.
ding, 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 ding.
No, no,
Does
no.
my head in.
They're annoying. They're annoying.
Yeah. I used to live in Coomera. There's like a spare land there. They used to come all the time. Yeah, they did my head in.
4-stroke's all right, but the little 2-strokers, they're the annoying little ones that you probably would have heard.
Oh, I know nothing about engines or bikes or 2-stroke, 4-stroke. I'm terrible.
Yeah, you can tell a 2-stroke a mile away.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like a little whiny.
Oh, they.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they love bikes. Like I said, the oldest is already Bagsy. My bike's when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And how's the wife?
we're starting to see eye to eye again.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's hard work,
Yeah.
but it's a marathon, not a sprint. Slowly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So got to reinstate that trust again. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mate, I've got some. If you're happy with that, we haven't missed anything. I've got some conclusion questions,
Yeah, sure.
and these are the same question I asked all my guests. I have added one or two extras from episode 11 to episode 20. So the first question is: any advice for fathers, knowing what you know now? Would you have changed anything during the process?
Just document everything.
Yeah.
Reckon that just if you're listening and you've heard this, yeah, I guess it's the old saying, there's no smoke without fire, right?
Mm.
Just have your eyes open. I'm not saying don't trust anyone,
Mm.
but keep your wits about you.
Yeah. And also remember when you're saying before court was even a thing, and you hadn't seen your daughter for like 9 months now, she was like, "Oh, okay, I'll let you see your daughter, but you know, you got to meet me at the cop shop. You need
Yeah.
to be supervised. Don't agree to that because it's only going to set you up for."
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I know you didn't really have a bad time in the system, but in your opinion, how do we change the system in regards to the court system? I know you didn't really have such a bad time in there.
I guess in the perfect world, it would be there's that much of a backlog.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right.
All we've got in life is time.
Time, that's right.
The process needs to be sped up
That's right.
somehow. I don't know how, but that's one thing you're never ever going to get back in life.
That's right. You can't do time. Yeah. Yeah, the backlog systems, which I think I had a lawyer on saying that they're like, he asked when I went through court and he said, yeah, back then they were double backlog. He said now they're triple backlog. It's crazy.
It's a bloody shame because
It's the kids that are missing out.
exactly you miss the fundamental stages in building a child's character.
Mm.
You know, it's no good when kids 8, 9.
That's
obviously
right.
You're important that you need to be there for them at that time in life. That the character's already being developed.
That's right.
That little bit of you
Mm.
it's no longer going to be present, is it?
Yeah. Mate, question number 3, funny one. You're on death row. The guard comes and asks you what you want for your final meal, drink, and dessert.
Fucking hell.
I want to hear pommy dessert or pommy. You guys just eat a lot of deep fried food, in England. It's a lot of fatty food. Like.
It actually depends on where you come from in the country, to be honest.
What's Yorkshire pudding? That's just like a bread, isn't it?
That's life, that, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that a sweet or
Nah.
no? It's like a bread with gravy or something.
Yeah, exactly right. There's a,
But why do they call it pudding? Yorkshire pudding.
I don't know.
You pommies.
It's
You write English and you can't even bloody.
It's not us. It's the country's so territorial. They would use different words than what I'd use where I'm from.
Yeah, you guys have different accents too.
Yeah. If you were to go from the Goldie to Brisbane CBD, it'd be a different accent again.
How far is because you're north? Yes, that's where Newcastle upon Tyne is. It correct?
Yeah, they're about 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
To the east.
But they're as far north as you can go, aren't they? Because aren't they near the Glasgow border?
They'd be near the Scottish border.
Scottish border, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So we're kind of
Can hardly understand those Geordies, eh?
the good people, the Geordies. I like the Geordies. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to say, can you say the vowels to my baby mama? A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-E.
Is that where is she from?
She's a
Newcastle?
Geordie, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's a Geordie.
Yeah. So she's about 3 hours to the east.
Yeah,
We're on the west coast.
Okay.
Yeah. The little higher up than us.
Sorry, mate. What would you eat? Sorry.
I love my food.
Yeah.
I don't
Name a
discriminate.
few.
I don't discriminate when it comes to food, mate. It's probably a good shepherd's pie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like Cornish pasty.
Oh, a pasty, yeah.
Yeah. But you'd have to have like HP brown sauce.
Oh, I don't rate your HP brown
No,
sauce. Nah.
I don't rate barbecue sauce at all. I remember when I got my first bacon and egg roll,
Oh, yeah.
and then they went, "Do you want any sauce?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll have brown sauce." I bit it, so I went, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" They went, "You asked for brown sauce at barbecue," and I thought to myself, "You filthy bastards."
Yeah. And you guys have curry sauce with your fish and chips.
Curry sauce, yeah.
So,
Actually, I'll probably go for a good English
Fish and chips.
fish and chips.
curry sauce.
North Atlantic cod with your curry sauce and mushy peas. And then for dessert, I'll probably have a bit of apple pie and
Apple pie.
warm custard.
Someone, previous guest I had said apple pie. Can't remember who. What about wash it down with?
Probably 11 lime bitters.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You've been to what's the British store on the way on the M1 there, on the motorway heading back up to Brisbane? There's a
Yeah,
what's
it's
it called? Something pies. It's called Sid's Pies or something. No, it's it's a yellow one. It's the big British that you go in there. They've got all the British food. They got the pies and all that in there.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't been in it yet.
You got all the British sweets and that in there.
I wouldn't make it out of there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it out of there, mate, you know.
You guys got soft drink, fizzy pop or something. Fizzy pop.
Once again, like,
Yeah,
it
don't know.
depends
It
on where
depends
you're from. Yeah.
If you were in a room, so this is from this was from my second guest, Ben Carrick.
Yeah.
Episode 2. Good question, this one. He said, if you were in a room with every single person you'd met or interacted with on this journey, who was the first person you'd be drawn to and why?
In the journey as in life.
I would say let's start from when your daughter was born. So it could be from when your daughter was born, it could be all the way up until now.
Tough, that's deep.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, he said it to me. I was like, "Oof." Could have been. I had a previous guest. It was one of his friends that passed away. He was really tight with that I used to lean on. Could be anyone.
Since my daughter was born up until now, it'd probably be my father-in-law.
I was just about to say, support. I'd never asked about your father because I know your mother died. You still keep in touch with your father?
I do now.
Yeah.
He came into my life when I was 15,
Okay.
and that was because I reached out. I wanted answers.
Yeah. And he gave you the answers?
Yeah.
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 You believe those answers?
Yeah.
He's back in England?
He's back in
Back in
England. Yeah. He makes an effort now.
Okay.
He knows where he went wrong.
Yeah, okay.
He puts an effort in with my kids.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. So your father-in-law?
My father-in-law, yeah. He's very neutral.
Mm. Doesn't take sides.
Doesn't take sides. He'd tell you when you misbehave.
You fucked up. You fucked up. Mm.
Yeah. And I respect his opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. Mate, number 5, what strategies or tips help during the process that you could recommend to anyone or listeners? Maybe during the times of like suicide, maybe sought therapy or, something like that. I'm not going to tell you.
Don't be proud to talk. And fucking be vulnerable and open up to someone. Yeah. As hard as it is to do so, fucking do it. Like, it does get better. It may not be today, tomorrow, or even the following year.
Yeah.
But the kids, I guess, very fortunate. My court journey was very short. I've got my daughter in my life, somewhat.
Yeah.
When they come around, when she comes around, she's gonna need me, and I've got to be the best version of myself for when that day comes.
Yep. All right.
So yeah, be vulnerable and speak to people that you trust.
Well said, mate. Mate, the last one. Any message for your children?
I guess I owe them an apology for nearly taking their time with me away. Yeah.
Well said, mate. Mate, before we wrap up, I'm holding myself accountable for the next 10 episodes. I watched the first 10 and, I want to better myself as a host. Guests are taking their time out of their day, driving down, flying up, and I want to make sure that my guest is getting the best out of me. So instead of asking you this question off camera, I'm asking all my guests from episode 11 to episode 20, mate, what could I be doing to better myself so that I'm getting the best out of you guys? Because I watched the first 10 episodes and I'm just like, fuck, I'm in an hour and cutting the guest off, and I just want to make sure I'm getting the best out of me.
I guess what I'd say to you is it's not based on this time that we've been recording and stuff, but it'd be from conversations that we've had on away from the cameras and the podcast. Make sure that you're finding time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you've got your day-to-day life, and then you're also putting a lot of time and effort into the podcast as well, and it's working for you, but don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, appreciate that, mate. Yeah, obviously I thought we were booked in yesterday, but we were booked in today, and because I'm actually pretty OCD, like I'm pretty squared away with my logistics, but it just shows like I can't keep up. I obviously try and send voice recordings so I can reference back, because the inbox just fills up and I lose track of messages, and it is hard for me to keep up with everyone and everyone's journey and where we last stepped off in our convo. But no, you're right, man. This week I've just done you and another gentleman and had days off in between to fill my own cup up, and I'm passionate about doing this,
Yeah.
But there was 1 week that I went, the first time I did sort of 9 days straight, and it's up to the head of me, and that's nothing against my guests. I want to do this, but I have other things going on in life where I do things out of this city, and I'm not always back here, so I try and make the most of to get the most episodes. But yeah,
What you do to fill your cup up? What's your go-to?
I love being. I have to be on the Gold Coast. I have to be near the water.
Yeah.
Never. Proven fact, it reduces anxiety by 60%. And naturally, I'm an introvert. I can be by myself easy. I just like to normally have my dog, but I've had to move him, relocate him to Dad's. But I just go to the beach.
Yeah.
I can just sit in the sun all day, just beach time. I turn my phone off at night. I put on airplane mode, but I just like to be near the water. Yeah, so I like to go to the gym, but since the podcast's been going off, I go to the gym, and now people come up and hitting me up about the podcast, and like now the gym isn't really my go-to time. But I like to try different things. I tried, some people might frown if I say this, but I tried 5-MeO DMT. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I've heard about it.
Ayahuasca. I was going to give ayahuasca. I haven't tried ayahuasca, but some of the army boys, we did 5-MeO DMT, and wow, that was great. I recommend to anyone. I do have ayahuasca lined up. Obviously, I pulled the pin on family court when I was supposed to do ayahuasca, and I was not in a good mindset to do ayahuasca. I'm going to give breath work a try. So I'm into trying new things. I always want to try something once, see if it goes. But yeah,
I tried that breath work once, just off me watch, and I nearly passed out. I didn't realise that one fit of us.
Well, I don't know about the watch, but I've had a good army mate of mine. He actually went to a breathwork group seminar, I don't call it, and he nearly walked out. It was too much for him.
Yeah.
I can't comment. I've never tried, but he said, like, I had another good army mate, and it's like this chick was just releasing trauma, from whatever her previous life was. But he said, man, it was hectic. Like, he just thought you were rocking up and just going, but there was some heavy stuff going on.
Yeah. Before I came in today, I went into the garage and I reached for the top shelf and pulled down that storage box that I'm pretty sure all dads who've gone through this have got. I've got screenshots of text messages, official documents, and all that kind of stuff that's there. So if there's any questions down the line, and then I could always sit down and talk my daughter through it. And, you know, I pulled out the affidavits for a recap and try and get my storyline, which, you know, I couldn't get together. Sorry if it was a bit all
No,
over the
mate,
place.
no. How was that?
It was triggering, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
was, honestly, I felt like messaging you to say I can't do it.
And look, I'll pause you there because I know what it's like. Before I did my episode with Maddie, I was still fresh out of court, so I could remember most of it. But there's so many affidavits that get updated, and I've got them saved on my computer. I couldn't open them because I'm reading future allegations that just it's so taxing on me. I didn't even open half of them.
Yeah.
And so my point is, I take my hat off to any father that comes on that, because my episode 2 gets, for example, he was in there for 12 years, and he said, man, it just took a toll on him. So I appreciate the fathers that are taking time out of their day to unfortunately relive that nightmare, because I know what it's like. You just opening up a whole can of worms that's just gonna, you know.
Well, when you went live and, you know, you started to release the episodes and that, it took me a few goes to listen to yours because I was just, you know, that's the common denominator between us. We're all facing the same drama, which is creating that same trauma that we can all relate to.
Yeah.
Even though you've done your walk and I've done my walk and many other lads are doing the same, doing different walks, it all reverts back to the same evil energy. You know, we're caring fathers. We're not monsters.
That's
you
right.
know, and I guess that's why I was quite thankful when the judge actually read my ex's affidavit and scoffed and said, "I'm reinstating case straight away. This is not on."
It's good to know there's some judges out there that still
Yes.
feel that way.
I guess once, I think I mentioned it earlier, it depends on the ears that your story falls upon. Do they want to listen or not?
I say this as well. I think it's the same if someone goes to the cop shop with an allegation. If you've got some fresh recruit out of police school, they go, "Oh, yep, no, do you go?" Or if you get a senior officer, that goes, "No, I can see this for what it is."
Yeah.
You know, it just depends who picks up that phone. Like DVA, just depends what officer you get, just like anywhere, you know. So, mate, how are we feeling?
I feel I don't know.
Let me know tonight.
I feel emotional.
Yeah.
A few times I almost came close to shedding a tear. Obviously I wasn't holding back or anything, but emotions have come and gone.
I feel like you know, one thing I hope fathers do get from this, again, I just providing a platform for fathers to come and share their story. But as times have gone on and I've done episodes, I hope that when the fathers leave, it's helped open up a door for them just to move on with life. You know, they've said what they need to say.
Yeah.
It's a weight off their shoulders, and it's time to move on.
Yeah, well, I've never really shared my story as such. I've told snippets of it, you know. Obviously, there's people in my circle that know the ins and outs of it because they live it and breathe it with me. But I've never just sat there and gone, right, this is the time, lad. So I guess I feel a bit of a relief. Finally said what's been there for a long time and not really spoken about it. You know, I've sat there with therapists and I've tried to tell my story, and I thought to myself, you couldn't give a fuck. Yeah, you're not from the same walk as me. I'm not from the same walk as you. What's normal to you is not normal to me. You know. But we've all gone through this walk. This is something that we're dealing with together.
Yeah. You never judge a man till you've walked a mile in his shoes, they say. Mate, well, we'll wrap things up there, man. On behalf of the Broken Fathers podcast, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your day and sharing your story. I acknowledge that you nearly didn't come, and I guarantee it'd probably be like most fathers. So for those guests that are looking at coming on or have been on, I do appreciate you for not pulling the pin, because I know it's not a good story to tell, but that's why I thought when I set my episode, I need to set the bar high and let it all out, let guys know that I'm not stuffing around. So, but mate, again, on behalf of me and the Broken Fathers podcast and all the viewers and listeners watching and listening, I'd like to thank you for coming on and sharing your story, and I hope it's shed light and connected with fathers and no doubt saved lives for fathers that are either in that same position or about to go down that road. And you know, I have no doubt that your daughter might listen to this in years to come, and will see it for what it is, and you know, reconnect in a stronger way. And I wish you nothing but positive energy moving forward, my man.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, my man. I'll leave you to it.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud. Thank you.